GROWISER is a non-profit charitable foundation that I founded in 1992. Began with 160 acres and now it is 260 acres. The idea that I had at the beginning was to have a place that had all native species, all plants that were here before Europeans brought any other species in. So I classify plants as two things. They're either a native plant or they're a weed. And if they're a weed, then I remove them and try to replace them with native plants. Okay, we're going to start the tour right now. Birds. Did of you come just to hear the birds?
I did.
Okay. Tell them what's here. I have artificial ears, as some of you can see. I have an artificial voice and an artificial ears, so I don't always hear you. So just holler a little louder, or you know, have somebody interpret for you. I know blackbird. That's loud. That's about as loud as I can get. So what else do you see here, Mark?
Oh, I hear right now. I hear lazuli buntings calling right down here. Yeah. And I hear a red-winged blackbird. I see a rough-winged swallow sitting on the line right there, on the right above our heads there.
Rough-winged.
Northern rough-winged.
You'll see the yellow sunflower in the woods here. That is arnica, heart-leafed arnica. We have two arnicas here. The other is twin arnica, but that flowers a lot later. But this one's the most common, and it provides much of the ground cover here, actually. So just look at the leaves. Most of them don't flower. It seems like they need sunshine in order to flower. Big legume, important for providing nitrogen for the rest of the forest. And it likes to go in what I call the transition area between the deep forest and the open space. And so this is kind of the area that it will like sunshine. Douglas fir needs more water. Western larch, called tamarack, that needs more water.
Oh, look at that.
And then the one behind me, Grande fir. Grande fir needs the most water. So the north slope has lots of soil. Lots of soil means that with deep soil means that it holds a lot of water. Basically the trees survive on how much water they have. So we have deep soil over here, tapering into no soil over there. So this poor tree, it grew its leaves, it was doing great, and then all of a sudden its root system couldn't keep up with its leaves, with the evapotranspiration that was going on. So it just died.
Too bad.
These are last year's fertilized cones here. All of these they're half grown, you can tell. So where are the females? Those are the males. Where are the females? Here are the females here. That's why I asked you to come up close. If you want to see them, you'll have to. We talk about pine needles, and the reason that they get hard is because they last for more than 1 year, but these don't. These fall off in the fall, so they're new every year, so they just feel wonderful. They're like petting a kitten, kind of. I actually have and then build it more, and then I replant 5 species branches. One more little conifer here. It's this one over here. Kind of looks like a Christmas tree. They often are used as Christmas trees. This is Grande fir. Most of the people here call it white fir. Technically, there's a little difference. This is Abies grandis. White fir is Abies concolor. The old ecologist Charlie Johnson, who worked on the wall in Whitman for longer than I can remember, he said the difference is the grand fir has needles that are 1.5 inches or shorter, and the white fir has 1.5 inches and longer needles. So that's where you have arrived. You're overlooking the Grand Ronde Valley.
May I go sit on a log out there?
Oh, for sure. Yes. That's what they're for. The mountains with the snow on to the south, that's the Elkhorn Range. That's west of Baker City. And when I first saw this piece in 1992, it was this time of year. And I came out here and I saw all the flowers and I said, wow, this needs to be saved. And so I had the idea right then almost of making the nonprofit so that it didn't get transferred to somebody's hands that were not interested in it. And you want to come out and just turn over their flowers and look at them. They're quite interesting. There are more of them over here.
Mike Denny cheated last week and posted these.
You what?
He cheated and posted them on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Peony.
They came from Asia. Anyway, it's very unique. And what you see, it flowered about a month ago, and the seed pods are in the middle now.
Yeah.
These things are the seed pods. They have relatively large seeds. They turn their flower upside down, so you think that they would reproduce on their own quite well. Actually, they don't. I've almost never seen a new plant come up beside an old one. But when I harvest a seed and replant it, why, it does grow fairly easily. So,
What's the name of it again?
peony. Browns.
Yes. I don't think I do. Oh, same. I mean, I've like decided that would bring my actual, but
The ash drift, rather. Before anything started to grow on it, it acted just like a sand dune, a moving sand dune, and thus you can see the sculpted edge to it. And then as soon as something started growing on it, why, then it was stabilized. And, so the farmers used it as a field. It might have grown trees originally, but it may not have too. The soil is deep enough to grow trees. You can see the trees that I planted over there. They're doing fine. But the Grand Ronde Valley was the main camas harvesting area for this part of the world. Apparently the tribes came from all over and peacefully to harvest the camas there. And so they probably burned the valley every year. If it didn't burn naturally, I'm sure they burned it because otherwise trees would have grown down there. The soil's deep, got enough moisture down there, so trees would have grown. So they maintained their camas harvesting area. Some of those fires, I'm sure, would have run up into the foothills, up into here, and so this field may have been burned off every year. The loggers used to call big ponderosa pines orange on the outside, sometimes hollow on the inside. They call them pumpkin pines. So this ridge, I'm sure, would have been covered with big old pines because only when you get a big ponderosa do you have enough bark to maintain the little fires that come through every year. And so that's what would have been growing here mostly. We probably have many more trees now than what there ever were growing on the ridge.
So like if you need to follow, if you're lost in the woods, you find those, follow them.
Camas need
you
really
mean follow them
moist
or
soil.
that's where you should go?
There were a lot of pictures about Maryhill.
But luckily enough, I got to teach some other courses. I taught a course in basic metaphysics, which was my true interest. That's what I really interested in. But I also got to teach a course in relationships. And that was the one that most of the students wanted to take. That's all they were really interested in anyway. I asked them why they came to college. And some people told, some said that their parents told them they had to go to college. And the rest just came to find a mate, I think. That was why they left. All the native orchids live on fungi that are growing in the soil. Fungi are living off of tree roots or shrub roots, and so you have to pretty much have an intact ecosystem in order to have the orchids, to have the native orchids.